Well, that was almost fun, wasn't it? We got to witness elected officials sitting on a bench akin to a high horse, having an hour-long bitch fest at somebody who they demanded to speak to just to ensure that he never really gets a word in, because every single time he takes a breath, they sure as hell jump in and make sure that their voices are heard. This is the function of communication when you have no leg to stand on, when you have no evidence, when you have nothing to say other than throwing unsubstantiatable arguments at somebody who doesn't get to come to their own defense because he's not given the airspace to actually articulate facts. This was not a hearing. This was an inquisition. And considering who's on the bench, we are not far removed from the Holy Inquisition, as is, of course, so dear to them, since in God we trust. We all know this is not about TikTok being a security risk. Meta was one, or Facebook was one, long before TikTok existed. Shall we talk about Cambridge Analytica? But of course, it doesn't matter in that sense because they're not after Facebook, because Facebook bought themselves a pass on the way out. They're after TikTok because TikTok has managed to eat Facebook's or Meta's and Google's lunch because both organizations have become too complacent, realizing that, wait a minute, we don't need to innovate. We just need to buy politicians. Simultaneously, they are following the fascist train to dominate communications. And this is a bipartisan issue, by the way, because if the communications go away for the liberal people on TikTok, the communications also go away for the conservatives on TikTok. So this really, truly concerns all of us, or as the numbers currently say, 150 million Americans. And therein lies the power. It's the power of communication, the power to exchange ideas, the power to perhaps be wrong, but also the power to show facts and evidence. And when you're up to no good, facts and evidence are the enemy. And while Meta and Google really don't need to do much other than spend a few $1,000,000 on those who then make decisions that are not even asking us what we want, but they tell us what we can do, then of course everything changes because they now feel empowered that this is the right move to make. But as so often, actions have consequences. And if anything, we need to call Congress and ensure that they understand that we acknowledge and recognize that right now there's nothing we can do. Come election time, we will remember. And not a single person that sat on that bench will find themselves in a public position again, ever. Now, this might not be enough of a threat for some, but it certainly will do some wonders for the others. And that includes Joe Biden. You have the audacity to ban this? We'll cancel you too. Fuck around, find out.